away.
Is that what they call me? She tucked up her linen shift and shook out the tautly woven cloth Neil had tossed on the bed. I thought 'twas witch and temptress. Sometimes evildoer, depending on who did the talking.
'Tun a bit daft. Only Laird Murray and his plague of rats say such things. The MacPhersons know the sacrifices you've made, the danger you've courted for us. We couldn't be more thankful.
Amber didn't speak, couldn't speak, as his words washed over her. Her throat tightened, and she had to blink back tears. Instead, she looked down and secured the end of the cloth over her breasts, trying to squash down the overripe mounds that had done naught but get in the way since they'd started jutting out from her chest when she was 14. Neither could I, she said finally, her voice sounding thick. I'll miss you all. She lifted the end of the band trailing on the floor and held it out to Neil. Here, hold this tight now while I wrap it. Neil grabbed it, eyes lowered, and held the cloth taut with surprising strength as she turned herself into it and knotted the band in place, flattening enough of her bust that the rest could still be concealed beneath the loose shirt. Her breath came short, her ribs compressed, but it was a strain she could bear. The bulk of the boy's plaid should hide the slight tuck at her waist and roundness of her bottom. Her legs were long and strong, and if she muddied them, they should pass for a lad's. Her face, too, although nothing could disguise the startling colour of her eyes. Those were an inheritance from her beloved grandmother, and had led to much trouble for her as well as for Amber. Men envied uncommon things, beautiful things, and would go to great lengths to acquire them. Luckily, the MacPhersons were good people, and Amber's grandmother an excellent healer. She'd taught Amber everything she'd known before she died, and Amber's place with the MacPhersons had been secure. They'd cherished her, and she them. Not so Laird Matcher Murray. Nay, the conniving Laird would as soon burn or drown her for a witch, as their good-for-naught priest wanted, after Murray tired of raping her. Amber pulled the lad's shirt over her head and tried to belt the plaid in place by herself. In the end, Neil had to show her how it should be done, a complicated ritual of pleating and tucking and twisting the material. When she had finally mastered it on her own, Neil moved to a chest against the wall in the corner, and on his signal, Amber shoved the heavy piece of furniture to the side so he could crouch down and count the stones.
"This is it,"
he said, pushing against the block, while Amber waited impatiently beside him. Finally, a space appeared that was barely big enough for her to squeeze through. She grabbed a candle from the table and lit it in the fire before passing it through the dark hole in the wall. A dank passageway appeared ahead of her, just big enough for her to stand, and a narrow stairwell descended at the end. "Are you sure it goes all the way down?" she asked. "When was it last used? Is it safe?"
"I do not know, lass, but anywhere is safer than here with Matcher Murray."
She nodded reluctantly, laid down the candle beside her, and pulled Neil into a tight hug. "I'll miss you, you old badger. You've been a staunch friend to me, and to my grandmother before that. Our family wouldn't have survived this long without you." Neil squeezed her even tighter, before pushing her away.
"Go on with you, then, and do not even think of coming back. Go find a life for yourself away from the hell of this one. Marry a good man and have plenty of fine children."
He let go and lifted a bag from his shoulder.
"Some food and coin until you find your new home."
After she took it, he picked up the candle and handed it to her.
"When you get to the end, the bottom stone should push out. I've already loosened it from the other side. The ground is muddy. Use some dirt to darken your bare skin, especially your face. There's no hiding you're a woman without that, even with your hair shorn."
Amber nodded as he talked, trying to quell that panic that had tied her stomach into knots.
"Once you're out of the keep, go to the east wall by the tanning hut. Look for a cart missing a wheel with a rope attached. Throw the